Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. We're on the issue of hashtag NSAS. As we speak, the judicial panel are sitting. The youth representative that boycotted last week are back into the panel. But right now, there is an intelligence report that Brigadier General and one of the brigadier general actually gave out that is bringing ripple effect on the social media. It has actually, in fact, the effect is so strong that Nigerians are talking in different lines. But before we go into the news proper and further analysis, we'd like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as you update our channel on YouTube. Don't forget that Nigeria is a diversified tribe, a country with several tribes, several tribes, several ethnicity. But as we speak, of course, we have the three major ones of the Igbos, Hausas, and Yoruba. As we speak, the intel that the Brigadier General gave is what is causing issues right now on the social media. Now, according to the commander of 81 Military Intelligence Brigade, Victoria Island, Lagos, Brigadier General Ahmed Taiwo, today told the Lagos State Judicial Panel of Inquiry probing the alleged shooting of hashtag NSAS protesters at the Lekki toll gate that most of the businesses looted in Lagos were owned by the Igbos. General Ahmed Taiwo made the assertion today while testifying before the panel, giving details of the effort by the army quell the protests and lootings that erupted in Lagos. While the General Ahmed said that from his assessment, the incident across parts of the city, most businesses that were looted belonged to the Igbo businessmen and women. By my assessment, most businesses looted during the protests were owned by Igbos. General Ahmed also stated that the army would have been able to recover most looted items, especially at the Lekki axis, had the Lagos state government not lifted the curfew imposed on the state. A lot of Nigerians have reacted over that statement simply because, of course, the Igbo's businessmen were looted. Yorubas have come up and said, okay, is it the Igbos? Is it Oba Palace in Lagos? Is it also an Igbo businessman? Another person is saying, what are you saying? Does it mean that the computer village, that we all know that is into selling of phone repairs, phone parts and accessories, are they also were they looted? So many reactions Nigerians are really, they have, to me, basically, yes, he only said what is in his mind. But I just hope that this is not an attempt to divide the unity that it has fostered over the past few weeks on this issue of hashtag NSAS, on the fact that the youth have, in one voice, in a very long time, they've not done this in a very long time, with one voice, asked for the same thing in one unison, and that unison have not been seen in a very long time. And all of a sudden, with this kind of statement, it could encourage bigots, tribal bigots, to begin to fight on tribal lines, and that, before you know it, everybody will go separate ways, and this whole issue of unison in protest may be lost. But let's find out what people are saying concerning this. This one here is saying, why was the looting of Computer Village not successful despite the curfew? Now, some persons here are saying that based on what they noticed, that in fact, if the whole bigotry, the whole statement in the whole stuff was just smelling bigotry. Some are saying it was actually Nnamdi Kanu that gave the information to the Ndibos. Ndibos now went ahead and looted, and at the end of the day, they did not allow their businesses to be looted. Some said that the Yorubas are tired. In fact, I felt so bad. Now, let's want to assume now that the businesses, don't forget, let's look at this practically. When it comes to business in any place in Nigeria, majorly, I'm not saying that it's only Igbos that do business. A lot of people do business. But when you come to business, commerce in Nigeria, give it to the Igbos. They do business a lot. Any part of Nigeria that you don't see Igbo, please run. That place is not habitable. Even in Borno, so much that Governor Zolom recognized them, saying, some persons have left, but in Igbo, you guys are still here with me despite the insurgents. And he promised to give them as much support as he can. during his dispensation. That's to tell you how wonderful Igbos are when it comes to business and commerce. Now, if they have destroyed businesses, it's only normal. Sentiment aside, it's only normal that the people that will be largely affected will be the businessmen. If they have destroyed businesses, and if the Igbos are into business in Lagos, then by all means, the Igbo businessmen will be largely targeted. Okay, let's just look at that from that analogy so that we don't fall into the bait of bigotry, tribal bigotry that is already brewing on the social media. If the Igbos are not, if you check well, when it comes to the issue of politics, Igbos are not too, they're not too represented when it comes to politics. Let's give it to them. Okay, but when it comes to the issue of commerce and business, Igbo man is there too for. Is it in Ladipo? Is it Yaba? Is it Tejosho? Is it Computer Village? Is it Tinkana Land, Alaba, Eko, Dumota? Where do you want to mention Igbo man and his business is there? So when you are saying analogy that majorly Igbo men, yes, majorly the people who do business, the most Igbos that come to Lagos, majority of them are into businesses. Yes, some of them go, they have jobs, but when you go to Alaba, what you see there is majorly Igbo businessmen. So if they have rooted any shop, it's just that in for that of Computer Village, the Igbo men, call forth the security personnel, soldiers to help them defend. Even OPC were there to defend in a Computer Village. The businessmen came out to hold out, fight against the hoodlums that were trying to loot into their shops. Those shops are in billions of naira. So they held out, fought against the hoodlums that wanted to loot their shops. When it was looking as if it was getting too out of hand, they called OPC members, Odua, OPC. They came in, supported them with the little they had, coupled with the military personnel and the police, the military personnel who came in and also supported them to wage war against the hoodlums, and they drove them out of Computer Village. They were actually coming in to steal phones, and everybody knew that. But that's called being vigilant, being security conscious. So let's not begin to make this look as if the Igbos came to Lagos and the next thing they did was simply because they are progressing and they targeted them so that they will lose their businesses and they will now go home empty. No, so that we don't change the narrative. Okay, business people are majorly Igbo men. Okay, and if businesses were targeted, it's only normal that those businesses, majority of them will be Igbo businesses. I'm so sorry to the Igbos who have lost one thing or the other. And let's see how the panel goes up, because I believe that if this panel goes out well and people are justice is served, I'm sure there will be some sort of penalty or compensation. But the truth is, will there be compensation for these Igbo businessmen? Time will tell. But let's just see one or two big. I hate reading bigotry, but I'll have to read one or two, to to buttress more of this point. This one here is saying it was not successful because the shop, he said, he said, you mean the Oba of Lagos is Igbo, or is he living in an apartment owned by Igbos? I am not understanding again. He's saying that if the military man is saying that most businesses were looted, does it mean that Oba of Lagos Palace that was looted, is that an Igbo shop? Or Igbo people own the palace that he doesn't understand? Somebody had to correct him and said that he didn't say all the businesses, he only said most, which means not all. Oba of Lagos is one of the exceptions to the rule. He now said here, he said it was this one here now said it that why was the looting of Computer Village not successful despite the curfew? He now said it was not successful because the shop owners, that's the Ndibos, in collaboration with the soldiers, stood firm to defend their huge investment from being looted by Yoruba lazy youth hoodlums. Have you now seen it has degenerated into bigotry, which is why I was technically avoiding reading some of the comments. Some of the comments is so terrible that you begin to wonder, are we really one Nigeria? They begin to call forth Igbo have always been these and that. I was like, oh dear. But they've all left the whole reason why the Brigadier General went in and said most of this, it was just that issue of investment. The Igbos have been targeted. The thing degenerated totally to some sort of. We need to begin to work in our inner man. We need to begin to see our brother. We are from the same south, for crying out loud. Okay, so if we are looking at the Yoruba, they are southwest. The Ndibos are southeast, same south. Do you know that it's so difficult to tell the difference between the northeast and the north central? Because they seem to be speaking one language. In fact, if you are not using microscopic eyes, you may think they're one and the same, but they're actually from different regions. But they, so to speak, they look like north, one big north, but they're actually having regions. That's what we're gonna wrap it up. Let's meet in that conversation. Listen.